The wildlife is calling my name. I gotta go and chase it. I'm geared up and ready for the game. Now it's time to face it. The great outdoors is my room to play. I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day. I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day.
Whoa.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of Hunt, Fish, Love. I'm Austin, your host, and on this week's show, we're going to hunt the wily ringneck pheasant at a place that I think is the premier place to hunt roosters in all of South Dakota, Rosewood Barn. And we'll do more than experience the rush of the flush. We'll feel the thrill of the kill. Plus, we're headed onto the Missouri, the beautiful Lewis and Clark Lake near Yankton, to fish with professional guide Brian Bashore from the Walleye Guys. And then, if you love guns, and I mean love guns, you'll love it when I take you inside the home of arguably the best gun collector in the whole Midwest. Without a doubt, the most knowledgeable. Bottom line, we're going to have a whole lot of fun. Stick around. You're watching Hunt, Fish, Love. Hunt, Fish, Love. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. DriveSafeSD.com. Federal Ammunition. Billion Automotive. Sanford Orthopedic Sports Medicine. Runnings. And Boyd's Gun Stocks.
I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day.
Before the dawn, before the decoys, before the call, it starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings. The best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands in hunting. When you get the shot, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
This is the revolutionary S1E1 adjustable gun stock from Boyd's. It lets you adjust stock length or comb height at the push of a button. Adjust the fit for you or for someone else. Like all Boyd's gun stocks, S1E1 is built tough with laminated hardwood and available for virtually all popular rifle models and in an array of colors. With the S1E1 adjustable gun stock, any gun can fit anyone.
A storm is coming to the prairie, and the ringneck pheasant can't escape its fury. Federal Premium Ammunition introduces Prairie Storm FS Lead. Prairie Storm combines Flight Stopper lead, premium lead, and the Flight Control wad, giving hunters edge-to-edge pattern consistency, longer ranges, and more pellets in the critical zone. Prairie Storm from Federal Premium Ammunition. Every shot counts.
Hard to believe, but I've been hunting ringneck pheasants in South Dakota for about 50 years now. But I got to tell you, I don't know if I've had as much fun pheasant hunting as I had recently with my friends and brothers out at Rosewood Barn, just west of Mitchell, South Dakota, about 4 miles north of Mount Vernon. I sat down with office manager Cleo Schoenfelder and owner Mark Meyer, and we talked about their genuine love for the pheasant hunting experience and some of the history behind Rosewood Barn.
I still farm 4,000 acres, but I guess we don't hunt on all our acres, but I leave really good habitat areas and stuff, and that's a whole key. A lot of places say they've got 16,000 acres or whatever, but that don't mean anything if they aren't leaving anything for the birds for habitat and a good spot to hunt. That's what it's all about, is having habitat and being able to establish good places for the birds to go to.
Yeah. Cleo, how'd you get involved with Mark and Rosewood Barn?
Well, I met Mark in Mount Vernon, and he was looking for somebody to come and work at the lodge and take care of the facilities here. So I came out here, checked it out, and I was just astonished. It was amazing. And I was like, wow, it's just a jewel in the middle of nowhere. I've never hunted in my life. I've never been around hunters, farmers. I'm from the city. But when I come out here and I see the camaraderie and I see the guys out there hunting, now I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think the most that I like about it is you see some of the traditions. There's some families that have come here that have their grandpa, their dad, their son or their grandson, and they just continue that tradition.
It's not all about the hunt.
It isn't. It's about bringing everybody together.
Yeah, and the landscape and seeing the stars. There's people that come from the big cities that never see stars.
And the moon rises.
Yeah.
And the sun sets.
And that dining room at dinner time, you see the most beautiful sunset.
I know.
Because it's at the perfect time of the year.
The guys got a really good night's rest. Woke up to an incredible breakfast at Rosewood Barn. We had plenty to eat. Sometimes you don't want to hunt when you're that full, but boy, we were ready to hunt after that breakfast. We watched a safety video because that's really important out there at Rosewood Barn. Then we loaded up the buses and the vehicles and headed out to the fields. And not just any field, we headed out to block and to walk some of the best prime pheasant hunting habitat in all of South Dakota. We got to the first field, we unloaded all the guys, the guns, the guides, the dogs, and these 7 guys with guns. I like to call them the Magnificent 7 because they can flat shoot guns. In fact, they're more like 007 because they all carry a license to kill and they're good at it. I've competed against most of these guys in trap shooting for years, and most of them have kicked my butt a time or two, and I consider myself a pretty doggone good shooter. But listen, I was ready to see these guys knock down some roosters. Once we started into the corn, this group of 7 started to see action and started filling their pouches with some beautiful birds. It was exciting to watch. Everybody was getting a chance. Clint made a great shot, and I let him know it. Good shot. I thought this one might get away, but no, after about 4 or 5 shots, watch. He goes down. This was absolutely one of my favorite moments of the entire hunt, and it was provided by Jeff Miller. We're walking down this tree belt, and, well, you'll get to see what happens. We had, I think, 4 cameras on it at the time. Watch what goes on here.
Who's there? Holy smokes! Yeah. Good boy. Got me again. Got it right in the face.
Hey, it's pretty rare to have a pheasant land right at your feet.
Yep.
Nice shot.
That one should have been on film coming right. Oh yeah, we got that one. We got all of that one.
Oh, yeah, we got all of it. Here's the same shot from Jason's camera.
Rooster! Holy smokes! Yeah. Good boy. Rooster!
Here's Jeff's GoPro.
Rooster! Holy smokes!
This was the view from Rod's camera on the other side of the tree belt. We had such a great hunt. Here's a nice moment between father and son at the end of the field, Jim and Corey. We just had a great time. Everybody did. Look at this harvest of roosters. Makes a guy hungry, not just for pheasant. In fact, look at this. Look at this feast. Mark and Barb Meyer at Rosewood Barn know how to put on the dog. We had a great supper. Everybody got full. A little too full. I mean, look at these desserts, will ya? It's just a good thing all of us had done some walking. And as the sun sets on another great hunt, we're going to be coming back to Rosewood Barn, and we'll get to experience again the rush of the flesh. It was a hunting memory that'll never be forgotten. Coming up on Hunt, Fish, Love.
Nice. Nice, Brian. Good catch. Oh, sweet.
Look at these faces. The silly. The surly. The shouldn't be driving. Every day in the U.S., 27 people die from drunk driving. Won't you help? For just 15 minutes a night, you can give one of these men a safe ride home. Right now, someone needs you to be a designated driver. Let them know you're here to help.
Before the calm, before the hunt, before the climb, it starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings, the best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands in hunting. When you get the shot, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
The positive impact we get to make in people's lives is very rewarding. Far too often, people suffer with pain for far too long. They may limp along with a bad knee or sore wrist. Nowhere is it written that we're supposed to suffer with pain.
That's why we're here. That's why we trained, to make a difference for every patient we see.
Visit ChooseTheExperts.com to learn more.
This is the revolutionary At-1 adjustable gun stock from Boyd's. It lets you adjust stock length or comb height at the push of a button. Adjust the fit for you or for someone else. Like all Boyd's gun stocks, At-1 is built tough with laminated hardwood and available for virtually all popular rifle models and in an array of colors. With the At-1 adjustable gun stock, any gun can fit anyone.
Hey, thanks for watching Hunt, Fish, Love. Now we're going to go out and do some fishing. I met up with my professional angler, Brian Bashore, at Captain Norm's. Everybody knows where that is, down in the Yankton, Lewis and Clark area. And Captain Norm's, that's quite a little store. Love to go inside there and look around, check out the funny signs and get some live bait if we need it. Brian didn't waste any time getting us out into the water in his Ranger boat. I'm telling you, this boat cost more than my first house. I am not kidding you. It was worth every penny. What a beautiful machine. And like any professional angler, Brian knows the spots. The walleye guys are all over the Lewis and Clark Lake, the Missouri area. If you want to go fishing with them, there you go. And in that nice Ranger boat, we got there in no time at all. Nice, smooth ride. Brian parked us in an area he thought we could get some hits. We got set up right away. He pointed to where I needed to go, and pretty soon, well, it wasn't very long, and, well, at least Brian was getting some nibbles.
There we go. Nice. Nice. Nice, Brian. Good catch. Oh, sweet. Hooked himself for us and everything. Nice. Oh, that's sweet. 15-inch white bass, good eating fish. Fun to catch, good fighters. Real good fighter. That's a pretty fish. Isn't that a pretty fish?
Nice catch. All right. My turn.
Now we got the competition. We got the competition going here.
Yeah, right. Competition, my lure, against Brian Bashore, seasoned professional angler who knows every square inch of that lake. That was just me trash talking. And I'm the kind of guy, if I'm not catching, I'm probably talking.
So in all the times you fished and played with the rod and reel and stood by the edge of the boat, have you ever fallen in? Nope. Never fallen in. Let's see if we can get that on camera. Yeah.
Right about then, somebody rocked the boat. I think it was Brian. I just about went in.
Just about fell in. They see something different, they're going to hit on it. Watch this.
I decided to change my bait, and I explain why.
We went from lasagna to prime rib. Yeah. been floating some lasagna down there. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking, I don't want any pasta. Give me a prime rib. I got the prime rib on here now. Might be overcooked. Maybe.
We weren't hitting them fast enough, so Brian decided it's time to move. And when Brian moves, you better be sitting down in the boat. Once we were stopped, it wasn't long. We got some hits. Well, not we. Little baby bass on the end of the line. No trophy fish yet.
Not even half the size of the one we caught before. Oh. That's a baby. See you, baby.
We were trolling along the north bank, and again, Brian gets another hit.
Little whitey. Is that a little one? A little bigger. That's the size.
No big fish yet. I didn't hit anything, but Brian was hitting them here and there. Little fish. But you know, you're out on Lewis and Clark Lake, 70 degrees, a little wind, a little bit overcast. You're doing what you love to do. You just enjoy the time. That's fishing. We were hitting those little white bass all day long. Well, at least Brian was. I don't mind catching any fish. I love getting anything on my hook. Of course, I was looking for a walleye. We got plenty of white bass. Brian was pulling them all in, but I did get a fish, a couple of them actually, and a walleye. But I'll share that with you in a future episode.
So how do we get a hold of the walleye guys, Brian?
You can find us on the website, walleyeguys.com, or on Facebook, and Shore Outdoors on Instagram.
Hey, this has been really fun.
You bet.
Thanks, man. Can we do this again sometime?
You bet, anytime.
All right. Thanks.
You bet.
If you love to fish, let me suggest Lewis, Clark, Lake, Brian Bashore. It was a good day. Coming up on Hunt, Fish, Love, we've been invited inside the home of one of the most avid gun collectors in the whole world.
Oh, I tell you, the first time I saw a sharp 4-barrel, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the love part of this program.
That's next, right here on Hunt, Fish, Love.
Who needs a Boyd's hardwood gun stock? Everyone. Cracked stock, back in action. Not the best fit? Now it's made for you. Tired look? Now the coolest gun in camp. Want tighter groups? Now you're more accurate than ever. A new Boyd's hardwood gun stock will make your firearm fit, function, and look better than ever. Boyd's. Rock your stock. Rock your gun.
I want to take the time to introduce to you a good friend of mine. I've known you for probably 30-some years. Lester and I introduced us to each other. Former deputy sheriff, a hunter, gunsmith, collector extraordinaire, Bernie Larson. I call him Ballistic Bernie because he knows a lot about bullets and rifles and knives and everything else. And it's good to see you. Thanks.
Good to see you, Austin.
Thanks for inviting me down here. We're going to talk a little bit about, first of all, where'd you grow up? Where were you born? Where'd you grow up, Bernie?
I was born in a little town north of here, up west of Watertown, called Vienna, South Dakota. And I was born and raised there and went to school there, and we moved to Sioux Falls when I was 15.
Wow.
1953.
Wow.
So I'm getting old.
Yeah, when's the first time Bernie Larson had a gun in his hands?
Well, I guess I'm not sure of that, but I know that my dad gave me my own shotgun when I was 9.
9 years old?
Yeah. And we lived on the edge of town, so I hunted every night. You know, one of the things that you could never get away with today is my dad drove the school bus.
Yeah.
So I would get on the school bus, and he would bring it, my dog, my shotgun, some shells, and maybe my hat or whatever, but he would bring what I needed. And I would ride with him on that school bus with that gun on there. Couldn't do that today.
No, I don't think so.
But anyway, I would ride on that school bus as far out as he went, the farthest out, and then my dog and I would hunt back.
We're going to take a break as always, and when you come back, got a surprise for you with Bernie. Be right back.
Look at these faces. The silly, the surly, the shouldn't be driving. Every day in the US, 27 people die from drunk driving. Won't you help? For just 15 minutes a night, you can give one of these men a safe ride home. Right now, someone needs you to be a designated driver. Let them know you're here to help.
Identity theft, bankruptcy, divorce, college debt. At BillionAuto.com, these things don't define you. We know life happens, and good people can have issues with their credit. That's why we have dedicated finance specialists committed to trying to help you get approved. We work with a vast network of lenders all competing for your business and have over 7,000 vehicles online to choose from. It's easy to apply. Just visit BillionAuto.com and click Get Pre-Approved. Don't let your credit issues define you. Visit BillionAuto.com today.
Folks, I had said we had a little surprise, and here we go. Whoa, take a look at that. Okay, now we call these gambler's guns. This is quite a collection, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's quite a collection, but it's not what I used to have. I mean, I had about 5 times this many.
Wow. So grab a couple of your favorite gambler's guns and show us why they call them that.
Well, these are really neat little guns, and I love them. These are Remingtons, and one is a 5-barrel, and one is a 4-barrel. This is 22, this is 30, and
those are pretty.
They're about 1860.
Wow.
So they're pretty old.
Yeah, I'd say that's old.
1860.
Yeah, we weren't around then, right?
Nope.
You call them gambler's guns. Tell me, what does that mean to the person who's...
Well, you just, if you're a gambler, you'd have them up your sleeve maybe, or you'd have it in your sock or in your boot.
Yeah.
It's just hidden. And there's all kinds of little guns that you can hide on your person. But
show me the barrel on that.
That's a 4-barrel.
Yeah. You had a 5-barrel and you got a 4-barrel. Wow.
Yep. Here's the 5-barrel here. And on those kind of guns, what happens is every time you shoot it and then cock it again, the firing pin moves to the next barrel.
Okay. Can you show me how that works?
Well, you pull that back until it clicks like that, and then open it up, or take your barrel clean off. And you can see right here, that firing pin rotates to the next barrel.
Oh, I see.
See that? When you cock it, it went to the next barrel.
Yeah. Pull that again. Don't aim it at your face. Well, there's nothing in it, but
yeah.
When you cock it.
Okay. When you cock it,
let's watch it roll. Let me see if I can see down inside it as you do that. Do that one more time. Oh, it rotates around.
It rotates to the next
barrel. That's where you can shoot 4.
And then you just pull it back and shoot it. Pull it back and shoot it.
Wow.
And you get 4 shots. I've got some.
And you hope the other guy doesn't have a 5-shooter.
Well, if just one of them hit him, it ain't going to make any difference.
Now, what caliber is that one?
This one's a 30.
That's a 30 cal.
Yeah.
30 cal. What year was that made?
These are all 1865.
1865. Wow.
Well, this one's 1859.
On the patent.
It's a little older, yeah.
That's a beautiful collection, Bernie.
My favorite gun is the Sharps 4-barrel. Sharps didn't make very many handguns, and what they did make are just these little 4-barrels here. But they made the rifles that killed all the buffalo.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. But anyway, they call that one the Bird's Head model. That's the number 4. They made numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on number 1, they made several variations. And 2, they made several variations. And 3 and 4. Like this is 3. That's 4. Let me see. This is 2. And that other one was 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
And they're all 4 barrels. And they're all neat, different models and different calibers.
Wow.
They're 30 caliber and 32 caliber.
Now, why do you think that is?
The 22 was considered a pipsqueak.
That's what they call it? A little too small?
It was a little too small to shoot another, to shoot a human being with.
Right.
If they shot them right, the 22 is plenty.
Tell me this, when you started collecting gamblers' guns,
Yeah.
what made you go, hey, I want to get these?
Oh, I tell you, the first time I saw a Sharps 4-barrel, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the love part of this program. I love those little gamblers' guns.
You have a passion for those, right?
Yeah, and I do have some. What did you call them a little bit ago?
Derringers?
Not Derringers. Not gamblers' guns, but maybe Derringers. If that's what you said.
Yeah.
Then they're single shots. I have some of them.
Well, Bernie, thank you for showing me this collection.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. And if we get another chance, we'll go into maybe some greater detail. We'll take 1 or 2 of these next time maybe, and we'll talk about how they're made, why they were really, and why they, did anybody else use them from a practicality standpoint for hunting or whatever? We'll find out, and we'll tell the people, right?
Personal protection.
Personal protection, yeah. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a minute.
On the next episode of Hunt, Fish, Love.
Oh, yeah.
That is a gun and a half, Bernie.
Well, Colt really didn't make a whole lot of bunt lines, but this is called a bunt line.
So I'm voice texting my son. So I voice texted and I didn't look at it. Here's what I sent him. Hey buddy, I'm out of the boat on the Missouri River, Lewis and Clark Lake, with my god, Brian. That is not anything near what I said to him. And Brian, you are not my god. So forget voice texting. I'm never doing this again. This technology drives me nuts.
I'm gonna hunt, fish, love.